Greetings everyone, welcome to Chessadvanced. And by the title, you must have known this is the game that helped me reach 2400 ELO, and how it happened, I'm gonna tell you just in a few seconds. So without further ado, let's start with this game. I'm with the black pieces, so I flipped the board. I hope you don't mind. Here E4, I play D5. Here E captures knight to F6, just going for the Scandinavian variation, and we have knight to F6, and we have knight to C3. Knight captures, knight to F3, just developing pieces, and here I play knight captures. So normally you'll see a move like B captures, but instead he had played this D captures. I don't know why he did that. This just completely blunders it, because here king captures and you lose your chance to castle, and knight to C6, but just bishop to C4. We have bishop to G4, bishop to F4, and now you have this. All of these pieces are developed, but white's king cannot castle, so which makes it very vulnerable. So here I just castle, but the best move in this position you want to play and you might want to learn here is E5. Here after bishop to d2, now you'll play this bishop to c5. After h3, bishop captures, and after pawn captures, you just gobble up this pawn. And here after a move like king to f2, attacking the bishop, bishop back to h4, rook h to g1, just attacking this pawn. Now you just push it, g6, bishop to e3, and just knight to e7. Rook to g8, not allowing me to castle, but that doesn't matter, because here after knight to f5, you'll play this rook to d5. You have all these pawns here with white's double pawn. I'll just move the king up. I'll just play f6, and here in this position, I'll just connect the rooks that how, and it's going to be a very much winning end game for me, because I have 3 to 2 advantage on the king side. So it's going to be very easy. But here I played just castles with a check, and here he played king to e2, which just completely blunders the game. And the idea being that here this is pinned, all I have to do is just push these pawns to e5 and then e4, and you'll be able to win this with a check. So you'll be able to save your bishop after h3 comes. But unfortunately for me, I had already pre-moved f6. So here h3. Now I move the bishop back. The idea was to not to move the bishop back, because the best move in this position is actually to go for bishop to f5. You don't want to get loose get a loose of this diagonal, because here he played the best move, which is this bishop to e6 check, and now that does not allow me in future to actually push the pawn, which is crucial in this position. Here king to b8, but here just rook a1. But it actually all worked out in the end for me, because I played the best move that is recommended by the engine, which is just g5, attacking the bishop. But here you have to be very careful. If you capture the rook, that comes with the attack to the bishop from the knight, and here your other bishop is attacked as well, so you have to be very much careful, which my opponent, fortunately for me, was not, because he played this. He played rook captures, and after knight captures, I'm just gonna win one of the pieces, one of the bishops. But he somehow thought that bishop to g4 just works, because it does not, because I played this bishop captures, after h captures, now just g captures. Now I won a piece, and all I have to do is now convert. Here g3 was played by him, but f captures, and just knight to c6. Here knight to h4. I didn't want him to allow this very nasty knight to f5 move, so here I just played e6. But here he could have gone for this knight to g6, but that just helped me trade a few more pieces, because here once I get to this rook to g8 move that attacks the knight, you cannot even capture because your knight is hanging. You could trade, but you're in a losing position. You don't want to trade more pieces. Here rook to f1, but now just bishop to e7. And here after knight to f3, we have king to c8. And here after knight to d4, I just trade knight captures, pawn captures. He undoubled his pawn, but I have piece, so I just have to convert this, and I have to be careful not to blunder my piece up. Here rook to d8, c3, but just c5. And this c5 is not a good move, because here after captures, if I recapture, this is going to be hanging, and that's exactly what he saw that I missed. Here d captures, and just bishop captures, just rook captures. But it worked out, because I set up a trap, because I played this rook to d7, because I wanted to go into a winning endgame, and that's exactly what he did. He gobbled up my pawn, but it just allowed me to exchange that rook, because I was low on time, and all I wanted was to go into the endgame, piece up, and I would have easily converted that. So here just rook to e7. Now he has to trade. Rook captures, bishop captures, but now it's a matter of seconds. Here king to f3, king to c7, king to e4, but just h6, king to f5, g5, and now he has double pawn, so it's a completely losing endgame. But he still played a few more moves. b3, king to c6. All I have to do is just get there and just gobble up these pawns. Here c4 was tried, but just king to c5, and now king to e4, p4, d5, king to d5, and just king to a3. Now I'm just going to capture those pawns, and there's nothing he can do about it. He still tried, and he played this weird king to d6, but it doesn't work, because here I just captured, and here he should have pushed. He would have had some counterplay, but he did not. He played king to c7, attacking my pawn, but just king captures. And here after king captures on p7, all I did, I just pushed a5, and I think he had pre-moved king to a7. So I just played king captain on c7, and it was on this move, on just move 38, that he resigned the game, and I was able to get this spectacular victory in just 38 moves and also reached 2400 elo. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be coming back with such amazing games and games from the past and the recent games that are being played, so stay tuned for that, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Thank you all.